It's Ms. Lintner here. We are now ready to construct the layers of our relief sculpture from our watercolor pages. The first thing I did was I took my sky piece in its entirety and I glued it down to a piece of cardboard that was slightly larger than it so that I can put my frame around it eventually. We're going to start with the plane that is farthest away, the sky, and build upwards. So it would be sky, background, middle ground, foreground. If I am making mountains, which that is my plan, I am going to tear forward on my mountain piece. Now I'm just kind of doing it randomly and looking at the different kind of shapes I get, but you can draw a very light line if you decide you want a particular kind of mountain shape so that you can tear along that edge to get that particular mountain shape. The great thing about tearing on the mountain is you get these sort of white peaks, which are pretty cool. Alright, and so there's a mountain peak. So once you've torn that, you're going to attach it to a piece of cardboard. Let me show you with a piece that I've already started with. Here's another mountain piece. Now I take a piece of cardboard that's about the right size. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to glue it down using a lot of glue because your watercolor piece has been, the paper gets warped when you put watercolor on it, and so it has a lot of bumps, and for some reason bumps need glue. Alright, you're going to glue that down as close to the edges as you can, and then you're going to cut out around the cardboard. Now you don't really want the cardboard to show, so you're going to lift up your edge just a little bit and cut there. If you're feeling uncomfortable about cutting while you have your paper on it, you can do this first. You can cut first and then glue, and that works just fine. Let's go ahead and cut and then glue. Cut and glue. Making sure that the places at the top don't show the cardboard below. Cardboard is just there to provide some depth in your relief sculpture so that it pops out. Okay. Alright, then you're going to move on to the middle ground and do the same thing. This is my middle ground, and I'm going to tear it again forward. I want it to be here, like this. I like that. Now my middle ground, the one thing about this down here is it's not going to show because the foreground isn't there. So if you have bits that are white and you don't need them to show, you can just cover them up. What? What does that mean? Let me show you. I'm going to take another piece of cardboard. Not that one. Maybe this one. This one looks about right. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, here's a piece of cardboard. I'm gonna cut there, easiest thing to do, but it can be done. And I'm going to keep these little bits and pieces, and I'm going to, okay, this is going to go from there to, oop, that's a little too long. I want to make sure it's the same width as my, there we go. All right. Huh. Okay, goes there. Okay, and that's going to go like that, and like so, and it's over the sky, and yeah, that works. We'll glue it down there. Maybe I will try to erase this pencil mark, although you do lose some of your watercolor when you erase a pencil mark, but it's still pretty cool. I like this, it looks like a rocky area. Now, you notice I am not gluing each layer down yet because I want the ability to kind of move them side to side or up and down a little. And once I glue it down, it's where it is. So I glue that piece there, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my foreground, which my foreground, I'm not interested in the torn pieces, so I'm going to cut it across. And I'm going to go ahead and cut straight, so I give myself one straight edge to work with. Now I'm going to cut here, because I want to make sure that my bottom, since this is what's going to be showing most of the way, I want it to be all painted. None of it. I might even lay this down. Alright, so this gives me a painted area. There's my middle ground. I can say I want my foreground to come from here to there in a nice, let's see, hill, maybe even up to there. That's why you paint it light, or draw it lightly. And then I can take my scissors and cut it. And cut on the inside of the pencil line, so that when I'm done, the pencil line doesn't show. And I've got this lovely rolling hill. Yeah. Oh, except for, look at that. There's that's showing, and I didn't think about that. Maybe I need to make another layer of foreground. That's a possibility. You can have more than one layer of foreground. I certainly do on mine, and that's okay. I could have a layer that's like this, or like that. There we go. That comes in like so, maybe. I'll figure that out. If I have something here and it could be behind there. Ah, look, nice. Now my foreground covers up that part. A lot of this is trial and error, laying your pieces together, seeing what works well, and seeing what doesn't. Now, once I have these glued, I'm going to glue each of these to a separate piece of cardboard because, hey, why not add some more depth? And then I can glue them down. Now, this doesn't extend all the way there, but that's okay because since this piece is on top, my cardboard can show there, and that piece will lay over. I'll show you in just a second. So, as you can see, I've got my 2 foreground pieces now. And this one has some of the cardboard showing, but when I lay it down on top of the middle ground and I lay the other foreground on top of it, you can see it doesn't show. And instead I have this kind of rather nifty landscape. And I can shift it to one side, to the other side, knowing that I'm going to have a frame that's going to overlap on the edge. So if my edges aren't even, that's okay, because my frame is going to go around the edge. And I'm going to show you how to build up for that frame in another video. But once you have everything the way you like it, then you can just start with your back layer, your background, and glue each piece down. And you'll have your landscape, basic planes of your landscape, glued down and ready for the details.